What is up, you guys? This is your girl Brenna Butter, and I'm coming at you with my AEW Revolution 2021 predictions. And we've got a little bit of a new setup. I finally got a new bed, so there's a lot less wiggle room for filming. But I mean, you get to see my pops, and you get to see the AEW figures, and you got autographs and stuff like that. I like the new setup, but I'm also excited to give you my predictions for this very, very stacked show. Instead of summarizing everything, I'm gonna break up my predictions and everything that we talk about piece by piece because there's a lot to cover, but let's get right into it. So for the buy-in, we have Riho and Thunder Rosa against Britt Baker and Reba, but before we get to that, I do want to cover that Reba might not be in the match, just for, I guess, for story reasons, and I guess somebody's supposed to fill in for her, so who knows? I don't know too much on that, but we will see. I've heard that maybe Thea Trinidad can show up, or Zelina Vega, as a lot of you guys may know her as. That's super exciting, but I think going into this match, we are gonna, if Reba stays in that match, it's gonna be Thunder Rosa and Riho picking up the victory in the AEW buy-in. To start off on the main show, we have Miro and Kip Sabian against Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy, and my pick here is gonna be Miro and Kip Sabian. They've been looking like absolute fools since the wedding, I think, in my personal opinion. And I think if anybody can benefit from a victory right now, it's gonna be Kip and Miro. I mean, I think we'll see Kip and Miro split up, I think, sometime in the near future. I'm not too sure how soon, but I think that's going to be a possibility. Right now, Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy really don't need the victory. But I do love them. I digress. This is going to be a fun match. And yeah, let's move on. Next, we have the Casino Battle Royale Tag Team match. Casino Tag Team Royale, whatever you want to call it. You guys like Top Flight and Private Party. You got both Alex Reynolds and Silver and Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. You got Santana and Ortiz from the Inner Circle. Plethora of tag teams. I do think that Santana and Ortiz are going to walk away the victors here. They need it the most, I think. And I think they're the most logical tag team to take it off the Young Bucks. I do think they should be next in line to hold those titles. I mean, they're so fun to watch. And yeah. They've been putting on absolute bangers. I mean, look at the, I like to bring this up because it's one of my favorite matches in AEW. You have the tag team street fight, and you had the Best Friends versus Santana and Ortiz, and I just absolutely loved that match. But maybe it's a bias here, but I do want to see them win the titles, and, I can't help but want to see another Young Bucks versus Santana and Ortiz match. So yeah, there you go. There's my prediction for that one. Also, there could be more tag teams in that match, but I'm not too sure. I don't have any predictions for who might show up, but if you do, please leave them in the comments, and I'd love to answer. Next, we have the big money match. It's Matt Hardy versus Hangman Adam Page. And let's just say this match has been building for the past few weeks. You got Big Money Matt signing on guys like Jack Evans and Angelico. You got Private Party, and it's just a whole mess, I think. But at the end of Dynamite, we had all the tag teams come out and go crazy. And I thought that was exciting. It really did hype us up for that tag team match, so it's obviously going to be big. The Casino Tag Team Royale. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. But ultimately, I think that Hangman's going to win. I think they're going to continue their story, though. I don't think it's going to be a one-off. And if it is, I mean, who knows? I do think Hangman can do a lot greater things than just a big money match like this. I think the storyline's a little bit silly, but I digress. It's going to be an exciting match nonetheless, because, I mean, Matt Hardy's an absolute legend, and Hangman's out here killing the game. And, you know, I do want to see Hangman face off with Kenny Omega somewhere down the line. Now we have the AEW Tag Team title match with the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF. And I don't see Chris and MJF winning the match. It's going to be a good one. I think there's going to be a lot of character stuff going on. and a lot of inner circle drama like we've been seeing the past few months. I don't see the Young Bucks losing their titles this soon. I think there's a lot more things that they can do with it before they decide to drop it to somebody. And yeah, so I'm sure this is going to be an exciting match. There's a lot of stuff that's been playing into it. I think Papa Buck might be involved somewhere in that match, but we will see. I'm super excited, and I think this is just going to be another match that proves why AEW has one of the best tag team divisions in the world. Up next, we have the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and we got guys like Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky, Lance Archer, Max Caster, and Pentagon. There's also an entrant that hasn't been announced yet, and there's been a lot of speculation that it's going to be a big surprise. Names I've heard thrown out there: Ethan Page, RVD, which RVD I'd be really excited to see because we know what that man can do. I mean, absolute legend. But I don't know how possible that is, how true that is, but could be really, really exciting. I think I think the entrant's going to be an interesting one. Not anything that's going to be like, oh my god, but it's going to be like, holy shit, like, goddamn. But nonetheless, I'm super excited. You know, I think I want to see Scorpio Sky win this. I would love to see Scorpio Sky versus Darby Allin. I feel like that could be really exciting. I mean, we see what Darby Allin can do. I mean, especially with Brian Cage and the rest of Team Taz. I think it's really exciting, and if anybody can pull an awesome match out of Darby Allin in this match, we've already seen Cody versus Darby, all that, I want to see Scorpio Sky take Darby Allin to his limits, and I think a lot of people are going to agree with me. Speaking of Darby Allin, we have the tag team street fight, and you got Darby Allin and Sting versus Team Taz, which is Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. Again, I don't see Darby losing. I think Darby and Sting pick up the victory. It's going to be a very interesting match given circumstances with Sting. We don't know how healthy he is. I mean, he's obviously healthy enough to be in the ring wrestling. He's obviously healthy enough to be cleared, but I don't know how physical it's going to get for him, or Darby, or anybody else in that match for this matter, but I don't see Darby and Sting losing this match. I mean, it is Sting's first official match back. I don't think Team Taz needs a victory. I mean, they've proven themselves time and time again. Plus, they're heels. I mean, they're bad guys. Come on. I just don't think Sting's gonna lose his first match back, and I think they want to put these two over because they're working together so well. What's next for Team Taz? I'm not too sure, but time will tell. We have Hikaru Shida versus Ryo Mizunami for the AEW Women's title, and I was not expecting Ryo to win the Women's Eliminator Tournament. I was expecting Britt, maybe Thunder Rosa, but I digress. I'm not mad about it at all. We get to finally see like somebody new facing off for the title. A lot of people may not be familiar with her, but I mean, it's gonna be an interesting match nonetheless. I remember them saying that Shida and Mizunami had a feud way back, and there's a lot of unfinished business. So I'm sure these two are gonna bring the heat. I think Shida's gonna retain for a little bit longer. It'd be nice to see Ryo win because I mean Shida's had a really long reign, but I do think that they're gonna have her drop the title at Double or Nothing, to who I'm not too sure yet, but I'm excited to see what happens. This match is gonna be awesome. Now, before we get to the big main event of the show, we do gotta talk about the mystery signee that Big Show or Paul White was talking about on Wednesday, and I think that's been the talk of the town lately. Well, obviously, I mean, Revolution has been trending since about Wednesday. People are excited to find out who's going to be making their signing a big multi-year contract with AEW. Just some information that both Big Show and Tony Khan have said in the last few days. I mean, Big Show obviously said Hall of Fame worthy, so I mean, I guess that kind of eliminates anyone that's actually in the Hall of Fame. He also said somebody we wouldn't expect. Then you got Tony Khan. He's revealed that it is a guy, it is a male. So that kind of takes out people like Thea Trinidad or AJ Lee, like some other people have been saying. And then Tony Khan also said it's one of his all-time favorite wrestlers, and that he's very enthusiastic about joining the roster. So it doesn't totally narrow down the options. The only thing that really narrows down the options are he's obviously a guy, and he's not a Hall of Famer. So I mean that begs the question. It could be RVD or Christian. Other names I've heard, CM Punk. I don't believe that's plausible. I don't think that's gonna happen. Another one I don't think is gonna happen is Brock Lesnar. You got guys like Batista and Bully Ray. I've heard that one being thrown about, but he is a Hall of Famer, so I'm not too sure on that. Kurt Angle, a bunch of other names. I'm personally not wanting to get my hopes up, so I'm thinking it's a big like Paul is pulling our leg, and it's gonna be a swerve. And he's going to announce his official signing as a wrestler for AEW, which I think is kind of a letdown, but, you know, we'll have to see what happens on Sunday. Let me know who you guys think it is in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Last, and most certainly not least, we have the exploding barbed wire death match between Kenny Omega and Moxley for the AEW World title. There's obviously a lot of hype about this match. I mean, not only is this one of the most violent matches you could ever be in as a professional wrestler, this is like history making because it's going to be on national television. Plus, it's crazy seeing Kenny Omega do this kind of stuff, and it's awesome that Moxley's bringing it out of him, and it's crazy. I mean, I've been watching Moxley for years. And I'm just so excited to see where this match goes. Obviously, I hope that they're safe. I do see Kenny Omega retaining in this match. I just don't see Moxley winning the belt again. I mean, it's possible, but I think there's going to be a lot of funny business in this match. Obviously, it's going to be gruesome, but I think there's going to be some funny business, and I think Kenny's going to retain. I mean, in the hype package, you had Onita show up, and that was crazy within his own right, and it just adds a little bit more importance to this match, and yeah. And looking back at Moxley and Omega's match, the Lights Out match back at I believe that was Full Gear 2019, I know these guys are gonna push the absolute limits, and it's kind of scary, but it's also going to be super exciting. It's going to be one of those edge of your seat, nail-biting experience for all wrestling fans watching the show. I mean, there's a lot of hate towards AEW for doing another gruesome match, but I guess they're really living up to the blood and guts joke that Vince McMahon laid on him a few years ago. And you know what? Myself and other fans alike are kind of living for it, and I'm just excited to see what happens. But with that being said, again, I believe that Kenny Omega retains at AEW Revolution, and yeah. So guys, with that being said, feel free to leave your predictions down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, let me know what you guys would like to see from me, whether that's more prediction videos, more lost footage episodes, just anything. More particularly wrestling related, I prefer that, but I mean, I'm always up for any kind of challenge, any kind of video, so please let me know. And also, if you like this video, please leave a like, a comment, maybe subscribe, turn the post notification bell on, to get future notifications from me. So yeah, with that being said, this is Brina Butter signing off.